today's video is using the Cocoa Vanilla Studio Happy Days collection. I still have some of the A5 paper stack, and I also bought the 12 by 12. So I'm using up some, and I wanted to use it and just do a really bright layout. But what I wanted to show you was this. I wanted to show you how, I'm sure I'm not the only one that gets to the end of a collection. If you buy it as a 12 by 12, you know how you get the stickers with it and all that sort of stuff. I'm sure I'm not the only one that gets to the end of the paper pack and then I've got a heap of stickers left over. Well, today I'm going to show you a way to look at these stickers a little bit differently and use them in a different way on your layout so that you can use them up. Because if we're paying for product, if we don't use it, then we've wasted our money, basically. So as far as I'm concerned, let's try and use it as best we can. And I was struggling a little bit here. This is first world problems. I couldn't get my brain to have the rainbow running the same way top and bottom. Like, I don't even know what was wrong with my brain at this point, but it was just, yeah. Anyway, so I'm just using 4 photos that I took of Jennifer at Angela's birthday dinner earlier this year, and she was being crazy, and she was kung fuing us, and she was having a fat old time doing it. It was quite funny. So I thought these photos would be perfect to run across the center. I haven't done a layout like that for a little while, so I thought, let's do that. Now, see this big sheet of stickers that I have there? I'm going to try and use almost every one of those stickers on this layout. And I was pleasantly surprised at how far I actually got. Now, the thing is with the Cocoa Vanilla stickers, these things are sticky. You put them down, you're not getting them back up. If you do, they're taking a layer of cardstock with you because they are super duper uber sticky. Like that one there went in a bit too far, but there was no way I was able to get it back out. So I am trying to use up these stickers. I'm trying to do a bit of tone on tone thing to start with these circular stickers, just to try and add a little bit of added interest to the white section. And I'm using that Love It there that I cut out. It was off one of the cut apart sheets because it was slightly larger than the sticker. I wanted to use it as my title. So basically I am going through, and I'm pretty much going through, and I'm just, to start off with, I'm putting down all of these, I guess they're tags. They're where you can put journaling spaces. I don't know what you actually call them, but those spots, I thought, you know what, I could actually use them and put them in different places on the layout. I didn't want to start putting things on the colored section yet, but I couldn't help myself because I just knew certain things were going to go in a certain spot. So I just used my small stapler. It actually has now I got my mini stapler from Officeworks, if you're an Aussie, and it is the same sized staples. I know I said stamps, staples as the Tim Holtz tiny attacher, and mine cost me half the price, including 2 boxes of staples. So they're number 10 staples, I do believe. So yeah, so now I am going through. Now what I'm using here, so you've seen me cut it in half. These are actually the outside bits. Cocoa Vanilla they always have overhang with their stickers. Don't throw that out. That's good, juicy color. So instead of throwing it out, cut the white off from around it, and then technically it's a duplicate of what was on the inside. And you can use that again. So don't chuck it away. Don't just automatically assume because all the stickers are off the page. So you can see on to the to the left-hand side there. See the orange circle, and that's how much overhang you have with cocoa vanilla stickers, and they do it with all of them. So I urge you to look at that and consider that's just extra color and extra shape you can add to your pages. So as you can see here, I've gone ahead, I've put down a stack of different colored shapes in between the torn rainbows. And that little sticker I put underneath, I did tuck that one under a fair way because I didn't really want the camera on there, but I wanted it to be on there because it was a date spot. So I wanted to put the date on there so I didn't forget. And this is where I start coming in with different stickers, and I start adding different bits and pieces to create. That's where I want my title to go, somewhere there. Now I'm doing a little bit of tone on tone stickers. Now these are the obvious stickers, right? So they're larger. You have to start with the larger ones and work your way down to the smaller ones. I am using as many stickers as I possibly can off this sheet. So the reason I wanted to do this, and I had this idea in my head, I wasn't sure exactly what the layout would look like, but I knew when I got this particular sticker sheet, all those word phrases that are on the bottom that are typed out, all bar one, which I managed to cut in half so it didn't sound creepy. It said love heart good looking and good looking, and I didn't want that. I think it said good looking or looking good, one or the other. Anyway, I wanted to cut that one in half because that was the only one that really I couldn't automatically put down and go, you know what? Every single one of these phrases are things I would say to or about Jennifer. And either Jennifer or Angela or Taylor, but Taylor doesn't take photos like this anymore. So, I mean, she does do silly things with her sisters, but, you know, she's an adult. So, you know, Jen's still 12. So at this point in this photo, she was only 11. Subsequently, you know, she does some crazy things, which is pretty funny. So this is where I start coming in with all these black and white stickers. These are going to shore up the white space on this video, on this layout. So I've got my type, I've got my borders, I've got everything there, I've got my photos down, I've got some splashes of colour from the stickers, and now I'm just coming in with a heap of black and white. Now the reason I hid that camera before, as I said to you, it was black. It's a really solid black because it's a black camera, right? So I wanted to keep it sort of tucked away a little bit because I didn't want it to stick out. Beg my pardon, I got a hiccup then. I didn't want it to stand out so much that that's where your eye was drawn. So I am just going to town, fitting all these black and white phrases all over. So if you bought this collection, read because quite often disclaimer, quite often when I purchase something like this, I don't actually read all the little phrases, and I never have, because I got These Days collection. I've bought a few Cocoa Vanilla full collections, and I've never read them all. And it wasn't until I got this one that I read it, and I went, you know what? Yep, I'm going to do this. And I knew I wanted to do that with the layout, but because I did the free classes using the Happy Day collection, I didn't want to do it straight after that, because I don't want my channel to be constantly about the new product or the newest, latest everything. I want to do a mix of the older stuff, the newer stuff. I want each day to be different. So I don't want to be using the same collection for a week or 2 weeks in a row. So that's why I held out doing this one. Now I'm just going around with a Uniball Signo. This one's actually my fine tipped one. I ended up doing the broad in the white for my border, just to add a white line, just to, it sort of grounds it and it allows all the white to flow together, which I really like that. I really like that look. I absolutely love how this turned out. Let me know if this is something that you would do. I do come in. Now, this is also clusters. Now, this is something that I touched on the other day, how I create clusters, and I did a video showing that. But this is another way that you can create clusters, and it doesn't necessarily have to be 3 flowers, right? Or 3 of something. I'm using the words that I've put down. I'm using the flowers. I'm using some leaves. I'm folding them up. I'm coiling them up. So yes, 3 flowers are aesthetically pleasing, but look at the different compositions. Some are bunched in a little group. Some are sort of spread more, those yellow ones, they're more spread across the page. Down the bottom there, I've put, you've got the flag, so you've got the banner piece, and then you've got 2 flowers, and then you've got the words coming out the back of it. That is a cute little cluster. It just works, because I guess one of the things that really works is if you're doing tone on tone with anything, and now I'm just coming in with some butterflies as well. Again, tone on tone. Tone on tone is a good save for you if you're not confident in doing clusters like this, okay? If you sort of do your clusters and think to yourself, they look clunky, they don't look right, they're not sitting natural, take it 2 more steps. Add some extra leaves. Add you might have a die of some little leaves or a bit of fern or something like that. Tuck that in there. Maybe do some drawn leaves. You know, you could draw some on a white piece of card, maybe watercolor them, tuck those in. That would work if you don't have a die cut machine. If you don't have a Cricut, if you have a Cricut, you could cut them out on there, or, you know, a Silhouette or whenever I say Cricut, I mean all of this, the electronic cutting machines. You could do it like that. You could do, obviously if you have die cuts, you could do that. You could fussy cut. All these bits and pieces sitting on the side here, I just sat in front of the TV one night and fussy cut them. So, you know, that way I've got my ephemera right there whenever I want to embellish a page. Now, this is coming together for me. I'm really happy with how this is looking, but my flowers, I always like to curl them up a little bit, tuck in some leaves so they look a little bit more natural. Then I like to add a flat back pearl to the center of them, and then come in with some either liquid pearls or stickles. I think this one here is Stickles Diamond, and then I use liquid pearls. I use Mermaid, Raspberry, Coral and Marigold, just to bring a little bit of life to everything. Now, I went in and I made a mistake. I actually wanted to use I wanted to use the NUVO GLACIA paste in Winter White. That's what I'm using at the moment. I wanted to put that on my butterflies, and I put it on my flowers. So I went, oh, well, it's got to go on the flowers now. So I didn't put it on the butterflies. I did it that way instead. But that's okay. It doesn't really matter. It's your interpretation of what you like. So I am absolutely loving how this is turning out. And all the little florals. I love this collection. Oh, this one has been a winner chicken dinner. I love it. I love all the bright colors. I love the simple things that you can cut apart. I'm really happy that I've been able to use all these word phrases. I love them. They're all phrases that I would actually say to Jennifer. So I did have to cut that one up. I did cut it in half because it didn't quite sound right. But that's okay. I did that and I was really enjoying it. I just pulled out my craft knife because you can see on these round ones, the words that I put on them were slightly longer and I was covering up a little bit of the color. So I just chopped the tips off them and bingo. That one I took the orange with me and I'm like, whoops. But there you go. So there it is, up close and personal, guys. Let me know what you think. Is this something that you would consider doing now? Is this something you've never thought of doing before? And, you know, it's all about using all of your product so you're not wasting product. And, you know, having it sitting in the cupboard for the next 10 years like a lot of my stuff is. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment, all that sort of thing. Helps out my channel. Thanks so much, guys. I will chat to you later. Bye for now.